Hey, so today I want to talk to you about solving issues with Marvelous Designer and the animation destroying your outfit. If you haven't been to this channel before, my name is Wendy Sarrett. I have 30 years of IT experience and a passion for the 3D. And so the purpose of this channel is to bring my 3D knowledge, my IT knowledge to the 3D program. So hopefully I can teach you how to solve some of the technical issues and things that go on regarding the software. Anyway, so I'm doing this movie meditations challenge, and this is kind of a temporary sample avatar. But here's the issue. When I tried to make clothing for it in Marvelous Designer, it got totally destroyed. And so the issue came to, how do you fix that? What do you do? Well, there are three things, okay? First thing is the animation, because one of the main reasons it gets destroyed is because you have conflicts in the animation. Now, to me, I think the best place to try to fix it is right here on the original animation that I brought in, and try to see where it is, where the bones are, where you're having a conflict, and try to eliminate it here. Once it seems okay here, it may not really be. Then you can go on, I'm going to close this, and see how, you see how much I was playing with this here. I mean, I went a little nuts here. So then you look at it in here, and you can see if you've got what kind of conflicts you still have. But notice, if you start going one frame at a time, you see the hands are crossing here. Let's see if I could. So you stop. And then when you go, see the hands, and then it comes back. And here's one place I had a problem. Again, hands crossing, hands hitting the body. And you notice the left arm comes down, and that pulls on the outfit too, you can see. And quite frankly, if I can't get done, I may just have to go with this. It's sort of workout-y clothes, so it's going to have to be, I'd rather get something in. I mean, since it's only a practice, if you will, for me anyway. Get something in that's not exactly what I want, given the time constraints, rather than get nothing in. Obviously, if you were doing this for a customer, you put in the time you need, and you'd have more time to get this right. So anyway, you can check here. If it's still not right, you go back to the original. It's probably the best way to do it. I found sometimes trying to manipulate it here, you can, aside from the fact that you don't have that backup of the original animation, you can also stretch out the mesh, and it may not look so good. So then you take that and you bring it into Marvelous Designer, and we saw that last time. And here's the clothing. Now notice all the tacks. The first thing, though, you'd probably want to do is shrink make the clothing more form-fitted. Again, one of the issues here is that you have an avatar that is a different shape and size than the person who did the mocap. Believe it was Clinton Jones, one of the person in charge of this challenge, Punisher, and he's rather slender gentleman, so to try to put it on the female form. Plus, with martial arts, you have hands very close to the body, and that's sometimes the way it is. At any rate, so you can make this clothing a little bit more form-fitted. It's still not as form-fitted. I actually like it a little longer, but a little bit more form-fitted. And then I was able to generate, you can see it's still not I'm still getting this pulling here when the hand comes down. And it looks like maybe it's coming from the back. So one thing I'm going to try before I'll show you how to run this animation. Tack on avatar is what seems to be working for me. So there are several ways of tacking. So let me go back to frame 1 here. And I'm going to here. And then stick it on. So this way it's going to stay on against the body, and maybe that'll solve some of this. And then what I'm going to do is just do a normal, so it looks a little lumpy, but let's see what happens when we try to animate and see if that solves the problem. And I don't know if it will, but you can see how complex it is, and it all starts with the animation. If you have animation where things are got these. Yeah, see, it's still got stuck on it with all my tacks and everything. And notice even the shirt. So what we probably want to do is a little bit more shrinkage and a little bit more tacks to try to get it. Probably look at the animation first at this point, because obviously you're having collisions and it's pulling the clothing away from the body. Let me show you what this looks like. Let me save this and show you what this looks like without tacks. And what I did on this one, I'm going to actually choose one where what's it doing? There we go. I'm going to open one that I did small. And so this, you can see I had shrunken everything and made it fairly tight against her. So let's see what happens here. Now notice, okay, I didn't make the pants shorter, but notice it's still, so it does better, but you still have the sleeves, so you can probably get away with less tacking on this. Maybe tacking the shirt on that side, because notice you really don't get anything here. And obviously the fewer tacks you get, the better this is going to look. So you may want to tack the shirt, tack this on down. There's still this issue here, but again, that may be best corrected with working on the animation. Anyway, hopefully this has been helpful. So in summary, I've taught you 3 ways that you can fix this. Primary, fix the animation, deal with the conflicts the best you can. And the closer to the original bones, the better. Number 2, make the clothing fit a little bit better. That may or may not be possible depending on the look you're going for. Number 3 is tack it. Now there's one other thing I should mention here. You can change this, like if you change this to, let's say, 7. I've seen recommendations as much as 12, but I don't trust that. I think that's a little much, but let's try this let's redo this. Let's get rid of this one, and we're going to delete it, and we're going to try it again. Now if you add text or change the pattern in any way, it will automatically get rid of the garment simulation. And it's coming over. Now, still didn't quite solve the problem, but again, you can probably use text. It seems to be a little bit better. And I probably also want to shorten the pants and perhaps take some of this. See, this is probably a little too tight for a workout type outfit. But anyway, so thank you for watching. Hopefully you've learned something, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I am personally kind of a rookie with this marvelous designer, but if you have a question, I will attempt to find you an answer. So thank you for watching, and take care.